So speaking of old people,
Right.
Don Click, Shane Gwaltney, old in terms of compared to you. We'll just put that.
Okay, cool.
The word legacy gets thrown around a lot these days.
Yeah.
To speak about one's legacy or who is this, this person's blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a new drum and or bugle corps on the scene. And I want to say new in quotation marks. Because New Jersey's premier performing arts organization boldly reshaping the DCI field for the 2026 season. Now, Dream Performing Arts Academy, which in parentheses is supposed to spell dream. I don't know why. Or maybe they just say it.
Maybe.
They are launching a SoundSport called the Legacy Drum and Bugle Corps. Now, normally this wouldn't be like, oh, cool, good for this kind of thing. But there's two big reasons why I wanted to talk about it. Well, one is a lot of other reasons, but one is this group may or may not be somehow related to a corps that no longer exists. The Holy Name Garfield Cadets of Bergen County, who went inactive a few years ago. That's the fact. I'm going to go into it further. And I think that there's it is one of the, if not was like the oldest, longest running drum corps. So there's quite a bit of alumni, quite a bit of history, quite a bit of support. And I know that once the cadets announced that they were not coming out anymore, people have tried to, well, how do we do this? Some groups buy the uniforms or they're buying the IP or whatever like that. So it looks like this group has cadets adjacent people or formerly cadets people in the board of directors, in the admin and the staff and the design team. You can go to their website. I think it's just dreamtoperform.org. And you can see a mock-up of what their uniform may look like. You can decide if the uniform has elements of another drum corps that may no longer exist, colors, designs. I will say from a positive standpoint, it's good to see more groups starting out and joining the activity. Every year
everyone just seems to be leaving. So
correct.
It's good to see something.
So this is good. Yeah. I wish them the best of luck, especially because of anything that someone may connect the dots to, regardless of whether they are involved with or not. But the thing I really wanted to talk about was when you see a group start a SoundSport, and this is zero offense to SoundSport groups out there, you don't normally start out the gate with DCI Hall of Famers as your design team.
Yeah, that typically doesn't happen.
This group is starting off with some heavy hitters that may or may not have ties to the former Holy Name Cadets Garfield of Bergen County.
Yep.
Their artistic director, Greg Lagola, fashion designer, famous right now for what he's doing with Blue Coats. And other drum corps has done some things like that. But he's setting the world on fire of art and pageantry with the Blue Coats. Program consultant Tony Hall, he's the coordinator for the Phantom Regiment. Now that they have been he kind of had a stint with other places and he came back post-COVID.
Yeah.
Phantom Regiment been on a tear. Brass arranger, DCI Hall of Famer Jay Bo Cook of the Cadets, currently of the Cavaliers. Brass supervisor Matt Stratton, currently brass supervisor at the Cavaliers, was also in the similar role with the Cadets. Percussion arranger Dave Dumont, I am not as familiar. Drill design John Bilby was designing for the Cadets. And then guard designer supervisor PJ Tankard, who is the caption head, caption supervisor, caption manager currently of the Madison Scouts color guard. But he also works with maybe running and designing for AMP, which I believe might be an East Coast kind of thing. Okay. So it said they'll perform as a DCI SoundSport participant in its first season, 2026. So best of luck to them. They want to have audition camps in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Indianapolis, Tennessee, and our great state of Texas.
Great.
Best of luck to them. Best of luck to all the groups that are trying to keep this activity alive and going and growing 100%. And growing, because we need all of those things.
This is true.